Bada bing, bada boom. We are back up in the room. How are you guys doing today? It is Wednesday. We've survived halfway through the week. We got a lot of stuff to talk about. If you guys don't know, if you guys are new to the channel, my name is Tank. This is the IBC Gang channel. I'm going to stop saying YouTube channel because it makes it seem like it's solely all about YouTube. And I guess it is because we're here. But hey, maybe we go somewhere else. I don't know. Start treating us better, YouTube. Anyway, this is the IBC Gang channel. We're going to be talking about everything that's happening in the traditional markets as well as the crypto markets with a specific interest always in our hearts when it comes to the Cosmos ecosystem. Before I jump into everything, if you guys would do me a huge favor, help us grow. We've been trying to grow for forever, and I swear we just hit a brick wall. It is the bear market, I get it, but I swear, can we not just get 50 more people subbed? Please, pretty please. All you have to do is hit that little like button, subscribe to the channel, maybe hit that bell notification. It takes you absolutely no time to do it. You can literally be doing it right now. If you haven't done it, be a good person. Make yourself feel better by helping somebody else out, or helping everybody else out, because the more people that see these videos, the more exposure the Cosmos ecosystem gets. So that's getting more exposure to your bags. Consider it a win-win. Be greedy. Help yourself out. Hit that like button. Subscribe to the channel. More people will see this stuff, and hopefully the more people will come into the ecosystem, right? So don't help a brother out. Help yourself out. That's all I'm saying. That's all I'm saying, guys. With that being said, as always, I'm accompanied by one or two of my greatest mods in the whole wide world. Right now, I don't know where Grits is at. He's probably sleeping. He needs to sleep. But we have Bren with us right now. Bren, what's up, man?
Yo, I'm afraid to talk with
Oh, no, that sounds way better, dude. What'd you do?
Oh, it sounds better?
It sounds so much cleaner.
I didn't do anything, so...
We were stressing the whole time. His audio sounded like popcorn popping in the background, the staticky whatever. And we're oh, he's he doesn't want to talk. The minute we go live, it's cleaned up. It's meant to be, Bren. It's meant to be.
Yeah, that just means I can't move. That means whatever happened to the audio jack, I just cannot move for the rest of the stream.
Do not move. It's like when we were back, I don't know, when I was kids, you used to have the tinfoil bunny ears on the TV, and your mom used to tell you, go stand up there and hold that. Now don't move. You were there for the whole damn show like this, watching the TV. Mom, can I sit down? No. Oh, man. Yo, what's up, guys? What is going on? Let's go ahead and jump into chat real quick, but let me show you guys some love because I see the chat scrolling. Striker, Blau, Icy Spade. The Icy Spade, I should get that right. Oliver, Brosco, J2000, Matt Miller, Ty, what's up, buddy? IBC Mafia, Bees in the house, D-Gen. Guys, what is up? What's up, Fozzy? What's up, everybody? What's up, fam? What's going on, fam? It's Wednesday. That's what I'm talking about. Look at all y'all. Hanging tough. I can't do that. I can't do the new kids on the block because they'll kick me off YouTube. We gotta find guys. Look, YouTube, I get it, but we gotta find a different platform because I want to start referencing things and doing all this other stuff, but I don't want to get copyright stricken and all this other stuff. Oh, we gotta make a move. We gotta make a move sometime. Let's go ahead and jump on into things because Brand, this is interesting times right now, my friend. Interesting times on the market. We're looking at the Dow Jones. We're using the daily. We're using Market Cipher as our primary oscillator and gosh, hold on a second. I got to take a sip of coffee and step back. I can't get my words right for some reason.
I'm also on the first coffee of the day. I know it's probably your fourth or fifth.
It's the second. Thank you very much. But it's a large cup, and my body does not work, nor my brain, until at least getting close to being done on my second cup of coffee. So, yeah.
Yeah, I'm still a zombie.
All right. Ooh, coffee. Ooh. Drink of the gods. What was I trying to say was that we're looking at Dow Jones. We're on the daily time frame. As always, I'm using Market Cipher. Right now, we are up 0.44% on the Dow Jones. That's not a lot. That's not a lot. But we are up. We're in the green, right? There was a lot of tension in the air yesterday with some critical things happening in the world. Of course, an old lady went to go visit a region in Asia that she was warned not to go to by another place in Asia. And she went anyway. And there's protests happening in Taiwan for Nancy Pelosi to beat it. And there's a lot of concerns happening right now within the world that since China basically told her, don't do it or we're going to smack you, and she did it anyway, that it might escalate. So, yeah. Just want to throw that out there, guys. It's interesting times. Interesting times. We got to see what happens. We got to see if it's all posturing or whatnot. Like, we got old senile people just kind of walking around lost in the country, it seems like. And nothing against old people. I love them. But, hey, sometimes you just got to strap yourself down and stop wandering around the store because your family's looking for you in aisle 2. Your family's looking for you in aisle 2. Please stay still. Anyway, with that being said, right, I don't want to go too much into that, but with that being said, there is a lot of fundamental tension in the air in the markets. I better not be getting COVID either. I swear, Brent, we were talking about it earlier, guys. My twin brother, well, my nephew and my sister-in-law, my twin brother didn't get it, but his whole family, his whole household got COVID. And, it sucks apparently for them. It always sucks when you get COVID, but like I personally have been feeling a little off. I think it's like some kind of allergy thing or whatnot. Maybe I'm snoring with my mouth open. I don't know. I don't feel bad or anything like that, but I better not be getting COVID. Be dropping the elbow like some wrestlers on people if I get COVID again. I'd be pissed. Knock on wood. Knock on wood. Anyway, with that being said, guys, there is a lot of things happening. Again, I told you guys before, I'm just going to get to it and kind of stop rambling as much as I possibly can. I told you guys on the daily that I would like to see us come back down here and test this level and then bounce. That's what I would like to see for the Dow Jones. Now, we don't necessarily have to do that. We could do something like this and just carry on. But honestly, like I was saying before, the markets ebb and flow, right? So like for sustainable long-term growth in the charts, I would like things to come get back tested. And so we came down here, popped off support, broke through resistance, right? Came up, hit resistance right here, which if you guys zoom out a little bit, you can kind of see that it was like inevitable that we probably would hit a little bit of resistance there. As you can see right here on this candle, we had a little bit of it, and then we got rejected pretty much right on the top of this where we got that yellow X and took that slippery slide, right? So a good level to kind of expect that, and that's why that's there. So we got rejected off that point, came back down, and didn't come down and test this and carried on, right? We don't necessarily have to come down exactly and retest exact levels of which was once support or resistance to carry on. But it is a lot more healthy when you actually come back and reinforce or like give a lot more confidence with either support and or resistance by back testing certain areas on the charts. And that's where I'm always at in my mind. I'd always like to see things get retested, like convince me that it actually is support and it wasn't just like some fly by the night, like explosive price movement to the upside that is not really sustainable long term. Because again, when you just like scoot by on price action, you kind of just leave it in the rearview mirror. More often than not, at some point you're going to come back down there and test it. It's kind of like the CME gap kind of theory, where it's like at some point, or like I don't know if it's a theory, but like whatever you guys want to call it, like everybody's always like at some point that gap's going to get filled. It's kind of like the same thing. So I'd like to see things not immediately per se, but like within a respectable time frame come back down and get back tested, right? Like that's what I would like to see. But we didn't do that here. We came back up, looked at it kind of, and then we kind of pumped back on and broke through previous resistance for the Dow Jones. And now it looks like we're kind of doing the same thing right here that we did right here, which isn't it's not a bad thing, right? It's not a bad thing. We could kind of just do this, look at it, and then carry on, or we could just kind of like do this, come back down, pop between resistance for a little while, carry on the higher end of where we are right now. So long as we don't break down below this point right here, if we come back down and test it, so long as we hold above that, it's totally fine. We're still in trend. We're still doing an absolutely good job long term. But that's what I'm looking at right now. It's still way too early to call anything. Just for reference, I will say, if you guys have been watching the show, like, we're talking about green dots and red dots and stuff like that. Like I told you guys when this one flashed that it does mean usually that we should see a little bit more price support coming in and the price rise percent wise, right? And we have seen that. And again, I told you guys the likelihood of these red dots as well. It's playing out, right? We're squeezing. Look at this. Actually, if you guys want to be absolutely critical and really like hone in, let me show you guys, like, it's a little too early to front run this, but we finally, after a very long time on the daily time frame, have popped back into the positive money flow for the Dow Jones. We're going to get into the same thing with other assets on the charts, but I do want to point out to you guys, it's hard to see right here. These are the momentum waves. The red wave right here is a negative money flow. This green yellowish wave is, I'm colorblind. This green yellowish wave is the positive money flow. It's really easy to show the representation down here by looking at this bar. You can clearly see it, right? Like if you can't tell, if you have to like zoom in right here and you don't really know, if we're actually there, we did cross over. We got that curvature from the negative money flow back into the green positive money flow. And we did cross over. You can see it represented down here, that we did cross over into positive money flow. Now we've been here in the negative money flow for 55 days, 55 days. We've been seeing overwhelming negative momentum, negative money flow come in, which is basically just selling on the charts, right? For quite a while. Now, if you want to be honest, if you want to take averages, right? If you want to be honest, if you want to take averages, what the hell did I mean by that? If you want to be realistic, I guess is the words that I was trying to look for. If you take averages, and I'm not going to do this entirely, but like this is the stuff that I look out for. Let me kind of squeeze this so you guys can see this better. Like ever since the fall of Rome, right? Like we've been here in the negative money flow overwhelmingly with price action. Like you can see we had our little moments here, right? That we popped back into the positive money flow. We popped real briefly into the positive money flow. But like as you can see, that lasted us all of 13 days there. This lasted us all of 8 days there that we're in positive money flow. So the trend is our friend until it's not, right? Like we need to break 2 weeks of positive money flow, give or take, right? Because I'm just taking averages, 8 days. And what did I say? 16 here, Brent? What did I say there? Did I say 16 here?
I have
13.
No idea. 13
days. Brent's just phasing out looking at the chat.
I was talking to Blau, yeah.
You just look at you do you, man. You take care of the chat. I can't look at it. I'll get squirrely. But so we got 13 days on the first time that we popped into positive money flow. We got 8 days on the next one. On average, that's what let's just say 10 days, right? Like it's right there kind of in between. Let's just say we need to break the trend and stay in the positive money flow for more than 10 days in order for us to start saying like maybe we're going to set a new I guess it would be considered a higher low with the positive money flow. It still definitely would not overcome the long-term negative money flow that we've been seeing ever since the fall of Rome, right? Like back here, January, the start of like the year, basically. We saw the first one until we pop back into the positive for 90 days. Again, I could do the averages, but you guys get the gist, right? The next one was 30 days. And then this last recent one before popping back in recently into the positive money flow was 55 days. So let's just say on average, we've seen negative money flow. I'm just spitballing. It could be totally off, right? Math, right? Math is hard unless I have a calculator. I need one of those TX 5000 whippity-doo-dah ones that you get in school.
Texas Instruments?
Yeah, the super expensive ones. But like, let's just say on average, right? Like we need to at least overcome 50, like, let's say 60 days. About 60 days, right? We got to overcome 60-ish, 50 to 60-ish days of negative money flow and carried into the positive money flow for about that amount of time for us to say that we're going to be maybe turning things around. Excuse me, I'm burping because I chugged that coffee. When you get old, you have problems, guys. You have problems. My stomach doesn't work like a 20-year-old anymore. Anyway, so yeah. That's the kind of things that I take into account when I'm looking at also traditional chart patterns with candles, negative money flow, or like the Market Cipher B here. I look at other averages like that to kind of formulate my positions and my theories about where we are and what we might be expecting. It all kind of goes into, like, to be realistic with you guys, it really does all kind of go into the 200 SMA strategy, but I'm not going to get into all of that. The 200 SMA strategy is very unbiased. It takes everything into account. It really does take everything into account. It takes whatever fundamental catalyst was out there in the markets, and it just throws it in the trash because it doesn't matter. It's just taking an average of price action over 20 plus years of price action data and kind of just telling us where we should be expecting a bottomless position in the charts to take place. It's not telling us exactly, right? So again, you might want to take positions above, just before, right underneath, and under, like definitely kind of conservatively way below. And in this case, right, like we basically did, which is pretty funny, is we came back down, and I'm zooming out for you guys. Let me make this a little bit clearer for you guys so you guys can understand. And again, I know this isn't crypto, but if you guys got to understand traditional markets to get a better understanding of what you're looking at on the charts, and especially in crypto. You just have to have a better understanding of this. So I feel like it's really important. I'm going to stick with telling you guys. Basically, all we did, even though we had about 21% total average move down, once the 200 SMA is this yellow line right here. Once it doesn't hold up as support and gets broken, on average, over 20 plus years, it told us that was the average. So that's the line right here, this white line right here, right? Obviously, we didn't come down to there. Obviously, we did not come down to there. And like I said, it's not telling you the exact floor or place that you have to push all the chips on the table. It's just giving you an average, on average, right? So DCA, do it however you guys want to. You guys know how I DCA. I do the 4x4 method, a little bit before, a little bit right before the actual mark, right underneath that, and then underneath conservatively to cover my positions. But what we did here, and it was really easy to see. I didn't catch this. I told you guys before. I did it with the NASDAQ. Admittingly, for the Dow, I did not catch this at all. Like I'm patient, and it's okay. Like I'm not concerned with that. Like what it is conservative moves. So again, the idea is not to catch every freaking move. It's just to catch the most conservative ones that you possibly can while protecting your assets and your capital. It's okay if you miss this, or you don't swing sometimes. But what we did here, which is really, really fun to actually look back and kind of analyze now, is this is the start, or this was the end of everything back in March 2020. I'm going to try to be better. I know I've been off the rails lately with my streams, but I'm not going to say the C word anymore. This was, what it was, the Black Swan event in March 2020, before we took the fall. This was the traction, or the overall trajectory that we were having in the markets before that happened to us, and we took the slippery slide of death, and look what we did. We just basically wicked straight down to our previous traction, or our choo-choo tracks that we were on. And now we've just basically resumed where we were after flushing out all of this excess inflated printed money that we did when we had this hyperbolic run. You guys, don't kid yourselves. The past 2 years was a very inflated, unrealistic market. It's never going to happen again, probably. And if it does, it's never going to be kind of like that again. So pat yourself on the back. You went through one of the most craziest times at least in this past decade, right? Like it's happened. Things like that have happened. If you zoom out, you can see similar things have happened before. But if you guys haven't been in the markets and stuff like that for very long, congratulations. You went through one hell of a time over the past 2 years. If you survived it, congratulations to yourself. And or if you didn't and you're just, somewhat still standing, you can still wear the 1%er badge if you guys want to wear it and say hey, to your kids later in life, daddy or mommy went through one of the craziest times ever in the market. It was an absolute crazy time, hyper-inflated market right here that we are never going to see again. So get that out of your guys' skulls. Seriously. We're not going to see, look, let me tell you guys right now, we're not going to see from this low right here to where we topped out 102% gains on the Dow Jones, on the traditional markets in that short of time again. We're just not. I'm being very realistic with you guys. We're just not. And I'll correlate this later to Bitcoin and the rest of the crypto assets, and it'll really resonate with you guys. But I want you guys to understand that it's time to get a lot more realistic, a lot more conservative with your positions, with your capital, and how you guys are investing. These glory days that were a myth, it was vaporware, are gone. What they're doing right now is realizing their mistake with printing the vast majority of money that's ever been out in circulation over the past 2 years, and they're correcting that. It was a mistake to print that much money. It was a mistake to give it all out to people. It was a mistake to do a lot of things. I'm not going to get into that because, YouTube's, the overlords are listening to me. It was a mistake, obviously. They're trying to rein it back in. They're trying to basically correct their mistakes. I'm not going to keep going with the analogy, but this hyperbolic, hyperinflated market condition that we saw over the past 2 years, bye-bye. Never going to happen again. They're trying to get rid of all that excess money. So they're wiping the floor with you guys. They're wiping the floor with overextended positions, over degen positions, over like all of that, over leverage, call it whatever you want. They're trying to get rid of all of you retails that, you know, if you were smart, made a lot of money. They're trying to take it all back from you guys. That's what they're doing right now. So again, you know, it's just kind of funny to look back in hindsight and see that we hit that perfectly. And now we're just kind of carrying on in the same way that we were doing before. What we need to do short term, let me bring it back in, guys. What we need to do short term is just focus on recapturing this 200 SMA. That's what we need to do. It's on a daily time frame as well. We need to recapture the 200 SMA. Now, I know if you go to the weekly on some things, like obviously, right, we wicked right down, basically. I don't know what they're screaming about. To the 200 SMA right here, and we're carrying on. And we're carrying on, right? That's great. That's good. That's good news. Good news bears. Good news bears. I was trying to say bad news bears, but like try to flip it to make it good news, and this didn't sound right. Very rarely, if you guys go back and take a look at this, right, unless we get black swan events, this is on the weekly time frame using Market Cipher, very rarely do we actually get those dips below the 200 SMA unless we get a black swan really catastrophic event. Seriously, this is going back years. This is going back, you know, we got two of them, basically two of them, right? A 2008 crash, black swan event. We all know 2008. You guys have heard the story. If you guys haven't been around like I was, you guys have heard the story about what happened with the markets in 2008. And then, of course, recently, a lot of you guys were around in 2020, March, right? You guys know what that was, the black swan event with their health scare. Now, again, we're on the weekly time frame. This 200 SMA is a very good indicator to watch. You could do the EMA if you guys want to, whatever. I just prefer the simple moving average, so I use the SMA. But again, if you're looking out on that, look at this. Look at this. You can literally count realistically three times on the weekly time frame that we have dipped below the 200 SMA. And every single time, if you were buying right at or underneath the 200 SMA for the Dow Jones, you were in a great position long term. You were in a great position long term, right? Like, let's go. This is a lot of you guys were not even born. This is the other than the three times that I'm showing you guys on the markets here. Let me show you guys. I can't draw on it. Here, 2008, and here, right? Recently.
Wait, we weren't born in 2008?
No, you guys weren't born in 1982, which was I was going to bring up to you guys right here. All the way back here. Very little of you guys probably were born back here. I was, you know, not too much, but I was alive here. And that was the last time, other than those three times, that's happened underneath on the weekly time frame for the Dow Jones, for the 200 SMA, that we actually cut below the 200 SMA. So anytime, like, you guys don't get these moments, is what I'm trying to say. You don't get these moments very often in the markets. You got to switch your way of thinking. You don't get these opportunities when price action actually kisses the 200 SMA on the weekly and or dips below the 200 SMA on the weekly. You don't get these chances. And any single time that those people that had enough gall, had enough guts, had enough conviction, were conservative with their assets, were taking advantage and abusing the assets that they were getting into with their capital, they were in humongous, life-changing, for some of them, life-changing wealth generation, because we're talking about investing. We're not talking about day trading. This is obviously not day trading, right? I'm speaking to you guys as an investor. A lot of you guys don't make money because you guys want to day trade. You need to start learning how to invest over a long period of time. That's the difference between actual people that make it with generating long-term wealth and the people that are just speculating. A lot of you guys, I'm just being real. A lot of you guys would like to consider yourself traders. You guys would like to give yourself those accommodations and those chops because maybe you made a couple of really good trades. And I'm not trying to steal glory from you, but the longer you stay in the casino, the higher the probability that casino is going to take your money back from you. They always win. It's a average thing. Very few people have the chops to actually stay profitable as traders. Very few people. So if anything on this channel, I'm talking to you always as an investor. I do swing trades, but they're more monthly type, sometimes even multi-monthly trades. You know, that's the kind of trader I am. But like realistically, guys, I want to put stuff back in perspective, right? Look at this. Look at this. One, like let's be real. Whenever it comes down and kisses the 200 SMA, you got it back. This is 1982. 1, 2. We'll cancel that and say it dipped down below. 3, 4, 5, 6, and now you got a 7 touch. We could still, that's way too early. We got, like I said, still too hard to kind of like front run that. But again, that's why you practice DCAing. That's why you're conservative, right? We don't know if this action takes us below it again. We don't know. So you DCA 4x4, maybe a little bit before, right underneath, conservatively all the way down, always protecting your position with more positions, you know. But again, you're getting an opportunity that you like, that's over 40 years almost. That's almost 40 years. Yeah, that is 40 years. 82. Blah, 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 blah. Yeah, a little, whatever. Math, right? I swear, hard. But like what, 8 times? Did I say 8 times? 8 times you got that opportunity. Maybe a collection of when you dip down below that, when price action got below that, of 12 to 13 times, maybe. You can almost say you can count that on your hands. Most of you guys aren't even alive for that. So you guys got like, you can literally count that on your hands. You're getting an opportunity right now is what I'm trying to express to you guys. Go back to the daily, right? We have our 200 SMA strategy. I just want to correlate this again one more time, guys. I know we're spending a lot of time, but you guys got to understand fundamentally the opportunity that you guys have in front of you, right? If you're thinking long term, not everything is about hitting home runs. You don't have to change your life tomorrow. It's not how it works. Water makes, like, you know, like, oh gosh, I want to go into another example and stuff like that. But like the Grand Canyon, one of the biggest spectacles of all, right? It took a long time for water to do that. A long time. Anyway, like pyramids, spectacle. It took a long time to build those mofos. But they're around and people remember them. A long time. But if you go to the daily right here, again, guys, we could never come back down. We could never come to this. But if we were, this correlates right back into the weekly, right? Of like when we would cut below the 200 SMA on the weekly. So again, you'd get that 1 out of, or 1 out of 3, or 1 out of 4 chances in the past on average. So again, you know, I'm not going to keep explaining and just rambling on about this, but you know, if you guys were taking positions in correlation to the Dow Jones and some of these other charts, good on you. Pat yourself on the back. Right now on the Dow, on some of these index funds, right? Depending on what you're into with the Dow, you're up almost 10% with price action right now. That's insane in less than 50 days. Insane. NASDAQ, which is the one that correlates best somewhat to the crypto market, right? We're up 1.47% right now on the daily. Insane. Beautiful. Beautiful price action. I was telling Bren right before we went live, interesting times. Crazy looking charts. Interesting times, especially with what's happening fundamentally out there in the world with, you know, concerns. We still have conflicts. We have boiling conflicts that haven't boiled over just yet, but might if we don't like rein in these old fogies that are wandering the store looking for their family members. Or I should say, they're not even looking because they don't even know that they're lost. We're looking for them. Please, somebody pick up this old people in aisle 2, please. Oh, I'm not pulling no more punches anymore. They don't pay me enough on this channel.
True, yeah, there's no point.
I'll call it for what it is. If you don't like my views on it, I don't get paid enough. Like, it's fine. Unsubscribe. Whatever.
You could start pulling the punches when we get closer to the next Bitcoin halving.
Yeah. No, actually, I won't. You know, I'm just going to be me no matter what. Speak the truth. I'm not going to cater to YouTube. I'm not going to cater to protocols. None of that stuff. It is what it is. If I talk about things, it's because I'm bullish on it, or I find it intriguing, or it's the truth. You know, it is what it is. You got these old people wandering around lost, don't even know they're lost, need to get picked up in aisle 2 because they're looking at ice cream. Ooh, ice cream. Like, someone save us. Bring them, put them home. Leave them in the car next time. Crack the window a little bit, leave them in the car. Buckle them up. Savage. Anyway, guys, we're up almost 1.5% right now on the daily, guys. That's awesome. That is awesome sauce. Guys, again, we are like, we're not doing exactly what I wanted to do. In fact, like I'm gonna still stick with it though. I like it. I like things getting back tested, but you know, it is what it is. Maybe, honestly, maybe we just keep doing these movements. That seems to have been the trend, right? Like we went over this before. It was like 20% up, 15% down, 20% up, 15% down, give or take, something like that. And you know, now we're just maybe we do the same thing again soon, hopefully. Like honestly, this is the next level of resistance that we got on the charts, on the daily time frame right here. If you guys want to be, I'm just gonna take an eyeball split averages right there. That's the next level of resistance on the charts for the Nasdaq. If we hit 13,272, I would hope that we get a little bit of rejection right there, because that's going to be a lot more sustainable, maintainable long term, right? Like that's what I would like to see, and it's going to correlate to the crypto markets. Like if we get a little bit of rejection here, like I would like to see us come back down here and retest this previous rejection point right there, and then kind of, you know, carry on, maybe ping pong or hang out on the top side of this before breaking up. Again, when that happens, the 200 SMA is going to come down and kind of meet us closer and closer and closer with price action. And then maybe eventually we actually do come back up and retest it, get rejected off the 200 SMA, which again would be absolutely fine if we did something like this, right? Popped up, the 200 SMA meets us right here, and then we kind of go back and forth off previous support and over resistance before finally popping up over the 200 SMA over the next couple of months. I've been telling you guys for a long time that my theory was that when we get into Q3, maybe late Q3, Q4, we're going to start seeing things turn around. That's going to be right around when we start testing the 200 SMA, guys. Like it's already I was going to read that out loud. It's already August. We don't have much more to go. You know, when is Q3? Somebody tell me, when does Q3 actually start? Is it September? I think, no. Maybe it is now. It's now, right? September or now?
Wait, the third tax quarter begins July 1st and ends September 30th.
There you go. So late Q3. Yeah, that's right. We're already in Q3. So again, like look at that, guys. We're leading up into Q3. Sorry, I've had a lot of things on my plate lately. Sometimes I feel like a boomer myself. I'm making old people joke, but if you guys find me in aisle 2 right next to Nancy Pelosi looking at ice cream, bring me back to the car, buckle me up, and give me my pills. Like that's what I need, okay? Or just give me more coffee. But guys, September, I'm telling you guys, September, maybe mid to late September, we're going to be at that point where we're popping back up to that 200 SMA, maybe even threading that 200 SMA on these charts. And we're going to start seeing things turn around. So far, so I've been telling you guys this for months. Not that I know it all, but it's, you know, it's just fundamentals. It's just it's inevitable. Like Thanos said, like, right? Gosh, dang it. I could be wrong though. I could be wrong. So if I'm wrong, I'll lay in the dirt. You know, it is what it is. Sometimes you got to take that position. I've been telling you guys, you know, I don't want to be that 50-50. Could go up, could go down. YouTuber or whatnot. I took my position. If I'm wrong, I'll lay in the dirt. So far, it's been playing out.
Come join me. I'm already laying in here. I have a spot for you.
Come here. Come sit right next to me.
Nice and warm.
But again, if you guys are, you know, also listening to the stream, I've been telling you guys to take profits routinely. So even if it does reverse, I'm already in the position right now. I told you guys before, I took profits, especially in my crypto holdings recently. I took profits and now I'm free and clear. Like I have the long-term bags. It's not, you know, the goal was to accumulate while making profits and protecting my initial investments. That's all it ever is for me. It's never swings for the fence. It's never swings for the fence for me. It's base hits. It's always base hits. So now I'm free and clear and it doesn't effing matter to me what happens. Like give me another chance again. I'll just do it again with the house money that you gave me. You know? So if it does reverse, I could go lay in that dirt, but you know what? It's nice fresh dirt that you know is from, it's top grade, top soil dirt. It feels good. It feels good. It's luxury dirt. I just made it for myself. Anyway, so yeah, that's what I got for the US, for the NASDAQ guys. Plenty more room. Look at this chart right now. Look at how we're squeezing, guys. Again, Market Cipher B, right? I've been telling you guys for a long time as well that I've been waiting for a long time when it comes to this negative money flow and this curvature to start happening and us to pop back into that positive money flow. Look at this. If you guys can't really see it because you guys squint your eyes a little bit, Just take a look at that bottom chart. We popped back into it. We popped back into it. Now, we've been in for the NASDAQ for a long, long time. We're long overdue. We've been in the NASDAQ for 200 days. Strong correlations to crypto, right? Tech-heavy stocks. 200 days we've been in the negative money flow. We just now popped back in to the green. Look at this. Look at, like, again, I'm going to show you guys. Are you guys following the bottom bar? Follow the bottom bar here. It's a lot easier to follow the bottom bar. Green positive money flow. This is the complete opposite, basically, right? Green positive money flow, red negative money flow. When we pop back into the green, we usually look how far I'm back. I'm going back. Look how far I'm going back here, guys. This is 2013. Look how long we stay usually in the positive money flow. This is the longest we've been in the negative money flow on the charts for a long, long time. Take a look at this. It's easy to read right here. I know it's kind of hard, like a little bit, but it's easy to read. I'm kind of zooming out a little bit. We stay primarily in the green with tech-heavy stocks ever since the internet became a thing, because, that's where, tech is innovating stuff. We have been in the negative money flow for the NASDAQ the longest in years. None of these movements, well, maybe right here. What is this? 2008. That was, obviously the last crash. 2008 was a little bit 208. It was 208 before we actually got right here, that section right there. It was 208, basically the same amount of time. Oops. Oh, excuse me. Delete. It was the same amount of time here that we spent in negative money flow. But that was also a humongous, crash. It was a black swan event. So again, I just kind of want to put things in perspective, right? Like, it has been a while. The last time that happened, 2002. I wonder how long did we stay here? 2002. 255 days. So, like, yeah. Again, still, the example still stands, right? Like, we haven't had these long periods of negative money flow in the charts for a long, long time. A long, long time. And so when it does cross over back into the green, look at this. We stay in the green, positive money flow, for a while, for a long time. I'm not saying that absolutely, but we're at the moment right now of indecision where we're going to decide what we do. We're going to figure out what we do. It's time to, it's almost, if you guys play poker, it's almost time to show your last card, the river. You need to flop that. And we're gonna see if you were bluffing, if the feds were bluffing, if the whole world was bluffing. We're going to see. It's about that time. It really is. And we could come back down. But again, if you're conservative, I already told you guys, like, you guys were taking profits. We're just rinsing, repeating. We'll just go back and relook at levels on the charts that we're prepared for, right? We have it here for you guys. You guys want to follow along, subscribe to the channel. Come join us each and every day. We're here Monday through Friday, 9:15 a.m. Central Time. Usually when we start, I try to be pretty good at that. But you guys want a realistic, no BS kind of food for thought stream? I'm not telling you guys I know it all. I'm not even telling you guys to take positions. I'm just showing you guys what I do and how I look at things. I could be wrong. My bank account says otherwise. I'm not trying to flex, but my investments, my 5 houses, says otherwise. I'm trying to get you guys to get like me. Damn it. Stop being liquidity. Start eating liquidity. Be the wolf. Be the abuser. Right? I don't care how that sounds. I don't get paid enough from YouTube. I'm gonna stop being nice a little bit. People need to make money by not being nice. Here, I know you're coming over here trying to sneak over here to get my phone. Come here.
Play Roblox?
Can you play Roblox?
Yeah.
Go play Roblox on Xbox.
Wait. No. I want to play it with Jackson on the tablet.
No, Mom's gonna find it. Go. I'm on my stream. Mom will find you on your tablet. You gonna take this or not?
How do I play with Jackson on Roblox when he's on?
Don't I have Roblox on my phone?
Well,
It's the same thing as a tablet.
you can't get on. You can't
Go play Rec Room on my phone, and that's the same thing. Kids are spoiled. Shut my door, please. Attaboy. Sorry, guys. Kids are spoiled. But yeah, like I don't know. I don't know how that sounds. Maybe I'll lose people. Maybe people think I'm cocky, whatever it is. But I'm gonna be real from now on, guys. I'm gonna be real. Like, people need to hear this kind of stuff. It's real talk. I'm not trying to get click view. I'm not trying to bait people to click because I'm nice. I'm throwing out like baity stuff, putting out baity thumbnails and stuff like that. You want to generate wealth? Listen. You know, I'm not giving you financial advice. Just listen. Food for thought. Think about some of the stuff I'm telling you. You know, whatever, Brent. Tell me if I'm getting too savage, Brent. Just tell me, man.
No, you haven't said anything that I would say crossed the line yet.
Tell me when I do.
No gamer words yet.
This is the Russell. This is the leading indicator in the traditional markets when it comes to the traditional markets. Again, guys, we use this, and we thank our friend Blau each and every day for reminding me to present this to you guys, because it does make a lot of sense to use the Russell as an average in conjunction, in combination with the NASDAQ to get a good idea, especially when we're talking about, you know, tech heavy stocks and how it correlates to the crypto markets. Look at the Russell, put it on your trading view chart, guys. Usually this chart will give us a good indication of what the rest of the index funds are going to do. Right now, though, it's up 0.71%, doing the same things, testing previous resistance right now on the charts. Looking A-okay. Again, I showed you guys what I wanted it to do. Really, all it's doing is taking a more stretched out version of what I've just said that I wanted to do. And it's kind of just doing this instead. So let's find out if this happens instead. Again, if we come up, get rejected, backtest this, which would be absolutely fine. A little bit more stretched out and prolonged than I would have liked to have seen. But if we do look for these levels on the charts for the Russell, we can come back down here, ping pong between previous resistance and now hopefully which would be support going forward. Come up again, maybe not do exactly this, maybe flirt with resistance a little bit more here and thread that before popping up and getting rejected off the 200 SMA, because the 200 SMA is going to be coming down and meeting us kind of like this, probably more likely than not, if price action holds up in its bullish form like it's doing right now. I kind of feel like I'm narrating DBZ, like if it holds up in its final form, in its current form, watch out, it's transforming. But like, yeah, if it comes down, guys, and it meets with price action, look for around this section again, the beginning of next month, leading into Q4, and then, you know, we'll hit support again and just be carrying on maybe above the 200 SMA on the daily time frame for the Russell. For the weekly, again, we're way above it. We're way above it right now. So looking good. It's still looking pretty good, to be honest with you. SPX, I'm going to go through this really quickly, up 0.83% currently. Same thing. I made these more conservative moves. And again, obviously it's not doing that. It's basically doing just exactly like we were saying before with the Russell and everything else, previous resistance. I'm just doing averages. You don't have to be exactly, guys. You don't have to, unless you're like super anal about things, you just got to get it to the exact. But even then, it's just your exact. Like, guys, you can do average. You can just look at things, throw a line on there, and like if it's decent, like you don't have to be exact. Just look at this line. This is pretty good. Previous resistance on the charts right here. Again, all it's really doing is testing that resistance right now. I do and would like to see that actually get back support, get back tested again. Look right here, averages, right? Wicks up, body of the candle. Boom, we fall back down. Average right through there. You don't have to be exact. And then look, we got resistance here on this price point, which we wicked up to it, came back down, wicked up to it, came back down. Kind of like, it's just averages, right? So like, again, if we come up here, get rejected with price action, I would think that we would come up, pop, get rejected, hopefully find support here, ping pong, maybe backtest this again, thread through it a little bit before meeting up with the 200 SMA again. If we don't, guys, look at these levels on the charts. That is our current levels of support that we have. If price action, if things turn around on us, and you know, and we have to deal with more selling pressure. Again, I'm just going to project this out further, guys. Just because you break up out of a pattern doesn't mean that it's not still in play. Throw it out a little bit, guys. Look, it's price action could easily see itself break through all of those and come back down here and meet up with these two levels, which was once support and or resistance, and find good support there. So that's why I'm projecting that out, guys. It's not invalid until it's totally moved away entirely from price action. So again, guys, I like to keep those patterns there for a good while. We could find rejection there. Hopefully, best case scenario, we ping pong right here off the S&P 500, break through. But if we don't, and if things escalate with all those fundamental concerns that we have going on right now, and if we cut through things like a hot knife through butter, we could find ourselves, again, just leaning up to, which kind of just comes together perfectly right here, and find a lot of support right here on the chart. So let's just leave that up there, guys. Let's just leave that up there. Any questions at all before we get into the crypto markets? I know we spent a lot of time talking about traditional markets, but you guys got to learn more traditional markets and fundamentals and what's happening with those traditional markets, because guess what? Crypto's correlated with it. And if you think for any freaking second that we're going to ignore fundamentally and what's happening in the charts on the traditional side of things, you ain't going to make it. I'm not going to lie. You're not going to make it. Stop ignoring it. Stop ignoring it. Any questions at all, Brent, that I might have missed?
So there's one question that me and Blau tried to answer, but maybe you'd like to give your take on it. Matt Anon was asking, would it not be decent just to dollar cost average weekly, monthly, rather than waiting for dips below the 200?
That is a super good strategy. That is a super, so everybody has their own strategy, right? And nobody can answer that, but I will say, if you are, I don't want to say it's a lazy investment strategy. It's a great strategy. It works. And it's really good for the people that don't have the time to, swing trade or even day trade. I don't even like talking about, but even swing trade to take, keep an eye on things and stuff like that. Dollar cost averaging is basically just a safer way of doing just, what I've already been preaching. Like if you're just bullish long, if you look out, and this is what I want to go into, right? Like, look, boom. This is the monthly time frame. Like if you just zoom out, dollar cost averaging by far is the best strategy for the lazy man. For the average person that just wants to start making investments early in their, like people told me this, right? It's not my story. It's a lot of people's stories. If I would have just started taking my damn allowance when I was little and forego the short-term gratification things that I want to spend it on, and just put it into the markets, like my mom and my grandma told me to do, it would have just been me DCAing over time. And look at these charts. I just want to show you guys. If you just go monthly, every however you get paid, every paycheck, just take something. Something that you can just ignore. You spend $20 a week on something that you obviously did not need. And anybody that says counting my pennies, no, stop lying. Even the brokest of the broke people literally can cut expenditures somewhere. Seriously. I'm going to use an example right now. I see homeless people. We have this thing called the Contributor in our neighborhood in where I live, where it's a newspaper that they allow people that are trying to get back on their feet to sell on the side of the streets like they used to back in the day. And it's supposed to be $1, but it's obviously it's called to contribute. You can contribute more to it and give them 20. Some people give them $20 or whatnot. And I have my concerns because I'm sure they don't report all their taxes. Waitresses and waiters and stuff like that. I know, trust me, I know. I'm not calling you guys out, but you guys don't report all of you guys' income. I get it. You're playing the game. But I forgot where I was going with this. It's it's basically going back to DCA. If you would have just been DCAing and taking that strategy, you'd be up. I totally forgot where I was going with that contributor reference there. I don't like.
Well, you were trying to talk about why DCAing all the time is a better strategy.
Oh yeah.
Than waiting for dips.
Yeah. Okay, yeah, I'm sorry. Woo, totally spaced there. See, give me my meds, give me more coffee. Even those people that are trying to get back up on their feet, I don't know what they're really, look, that's just my perspective. They might actually be hurting. But you know what? I see a lot of times they're on a cell phone while they're standing on the street trying to sell whatever they're selling. They're smoking cigarettes while they're talking on their cell phone. Don't give me that there's not something that you can't minus out of your life to use towards bettering it or investing. There's always something. You might smoke, you might eat too much, you might drink too much. There's something that you can forego to start bettering your life. So when people tell me I just can't, BS, I'm calling it right now. That's BS. Don't give me that. I've been at the bottom of the bottom. I've literally been at the bottom of the bottom. One day I'm going to tell you guys my life story And like I have, like you guys can find it if you guys knew who I was. Like you guys can find it. I literally from the bottom of the barrel, have pulled myself. I have had nothing to my name, to where I'm at. But you gotta make sacrifices. No sacrifice, no glory. Seriously, that's an old Filipino what is it called? Proverb, whatever it is. It's truth. You gotta sacrifice stuff to be victorious. But if you do that, if you do the DCA, that's a great way to manage your overall investments. It is. The proof is in the pudding. Look at these charts. This is the Russell. This is the Dow Jones. Like, bro, if you're just DCAing, SPX, all of them up and to the right. Once we got off the gold standard, even before that, it's nothing but up and to the right until we get back onto some sort of standard where it's a physical or a Bitcoin standard. I preferably think that it's probably going to be a Bitcoin standard. DCAing, by far one of the best practices you could do. By far. Period. All I'm ever talking about on the charts is like entry points, if you want to be more specific about your entry points. But really, when it comes to traditional markets, crypto's a little different though. I will say that. Crypto is a little different, guys. We don't have this, multi-decade price history to use that as an example. We have 12 years, and that's just with Bitcoin. So let me show you guys. Like, of course, like Bitcoin, right? You could do it with Bitcoin. Has been so far, if you just DCA on a weekly time base, like again, we're looking at a monthly or even monthly, right? This is the monthly. If you just DCA a little bit, whatever it is, every month, $50, $100, you're up. You're up. You have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20. 20 months out of all of these other months right now that you're down. A small portion of people are down right now when you zoom out and look at that chart. It's a very small amount when you really zoom out. So DCAing, if you were doing it anywhere between here, even if you were DCAing, you have 12 years versus 2 years of downwards. So your 12 years is eating up those 2 years of DCAing. Still, it works out. I've been rambling, Brent, for so long. I feel like with everything that's been happening, like I've been taking up so much time talking to other protocols, speaking about NFTs and Maneki and all this other stuff that like I need to get back to the grass, like the essence of the show. The essence of the show is teaching you guys how to change your mindset and invest, right? Not giving you guys financial advice, just giving you guys food for thought. I feel like this is long overdue. Maybe that's why I'm ranting so much, but yeah, I'm enjoying it. Bitcoin, let's just move into it. Let's move into it, guys. Actually doing right now. I moved things. There you go. Right now, doing what I was wanting it to do. Maybe it might not do it entirely, right? Because right now, everything else hasn't been doing exactly. But I want to see this come get back tested. So throw sticks and stones at me if you guys want. I'm just being truthful to you guys. I would like to see that price action get back tested one more time before we start carrying on. If it doesn't, look how this is lining up though. If it doesn't, it still kind of makes sense. Look at where we are right now. We have a couple of past days of wicks down here, which are good, which is, really good things. Like on the daily, when you see more wick on the bottom, that's telling the whole ecosystem like, no, we're good. We're good with this price point. We don't need to go down any further. We're good. But look how that lines up on average of previous resistance right here. So all we're doing is right now sitting on which was once previous resistance. Maybe we've turned it into support and we're going to carry on. Maybe all we do is this and then we do something like that. Maybe, I don't know. But like right now, still looking absolutely beautiful. Absolutely beautiful. You guys have seen before, I have a couple of zones, just like all the other charts of support that we could wick down to. Again, we have this with a variance ascending triangle pattern right here. Again, I'm coloring the triangle pattern right here for you guys. This is our triangle pattern, right? This is our ascending a triangle pattern. We could wick down to here, like I showed you guys. Be fine. We're still trend intact. Oops. We're still trend intact. We could wick down to this one right here. would be questionable because this one would get negated. But ultimately, long term, we'd still have 1, 2, 3 touches there and be on our way. Ideally, we don't want to see that one play out, but we'd still be in a somewhat okay form. If that actually cuts out, though, we need to look out for these zones again in the charts below, because again, all this price action that we just made on the charts would be nothing. We'd be looking for these zones again, 19.6. We'd be looking for 18.7 to about 19. We'd be looking for about 17.9 to about 18.2. We'd be looking for 16.5 to about 17. And then even further. You guys know I have guys, I have limit orders still to this day sitting for 4,000, 10,000 all the way down to 4,000. Like, I really do. So I'm ready. But that's what I got for Bitcoin. Any questions at all? No? Anything in the chat?
No, sir.
I think it's a bit selfish at this point. I make you guys listen to my scuffed ass mic.
Why are you reading my messages,
Because
bro?
I saw it. I just thought that was funny. It doesn't sound bad. It doesn't sound bad, dude.
Dude, I can hear it when I listen back to the stream. It sounds pretty. There's like this weird whining noise going on in the background that I just don't understand what's causing it. But,
What's up,
I mean,
Timmy?
it's a shitty mic.
It doesn't sound bad. Guys, does it sound bad? It doesn't sound bad. I don't know what he's hearing. I don't hear it. But again, like as you get older, by the way, you do know that you can't hear certain pitches. Like that's why kids, like my father was a teacher for a long time in a local high school around here. And I remember on the phones, the kids used to have this, like, it's like dog noises, right? Like they would alert each other or put their ringtones on this super high pitch that they can hear, the younger generation can hear. But like my dad was oblivious to it. Like I remember coming home and like he was saying that that's what they caught doing. And I was like, oh, let me see it. And I would run it. And my dad was just like, and admittingly, like there was some of them I was like, no, I don't hear that either. But like my niece and my nephew was like, that's like a dog whistle, turn it off. And I'm like, interesting, right?
Yeah, that's exactly it, dude. Like when I listen to the stream and I hear myself talking, I hear that loud dog whistle noise in the back. You can't hear it though, apparently.
Make me feel like a boomer. Anyway, I was starting to realize that I'm sliding into my chair. God, I gotta get a new chair, guys. I've been saying that for forever. I keep sliding into my chair.
I still haven't moved. I'm still just glued in place.
You don't move. See, I heard it a little bit. You must have moved. I heard a little bit of scratching there.
Uh-oh.
See, go back into the freeze. Timmy, what's up, bud? Timmy asked, and actually, before I answer, I would like to hear everybody else's take on this with the whole Michael Saylor situation that's happening with MicroStrategy. I don't know if you guys saw that recently, but did he? I think it was like the past 2 days or whatever. Like he stepped down. Hold on, let me find it. MicroStrategy. Oh, of course I click what? Okay, where they go? I did something else. Okay, here is like the general rundown, right? Michael Saylor resignation. What is your guys' take about that? DM me on Twitter or Discord. I can help you get rid of the wine. Yeah, I'm sure. No, he just needs to buy. Like I've been offering him to like buy him a mic and send it to him. He's like, no. Like just
Dude,
let me gift you a mic.
I have a hard time accepting gifts, man. It's a psychological thing. You know?
Stop it. It's not a gift. You're helping my stream. It's not a gift. You're helping my stream. I'm being selfish by making you sound better. Just put it that way. Whatever you want to say. But yeah, what do you guys think? What do you think? I mean, I think Blau is saying IBC Mafia says probably was forced to over his horrendous tweets. Blau says, I mean, it's going full BTC. That's cool. He is. You think he's going full BTC? I'm sorry. Maybe I'm misunderstanding that. He went from CEO to chairman. Oh, that's what he did. He just switched seats. There's a lot to it. And I honestly, I want to still, before I give you guys my, my opinion about it, because I don't like to give knee jerk reactions to it in business on the boards that I've sat on. There's a lot of different, especially in his business. And I guess I'll speculate a little bit. I'll just speculate a little bit. There's a lot of ways to maneuver and posture yourself within businesses to do certain things, to accomplish certain things. And I think when people see things such as like, oh, he's no longer the CEO, he's a chairman, or, there's got to be this bad news reason that he's doing this. A lot of times you guys are absolutely wrong. A lot of times it's just a strategic move so that either it frees up his hands to accomplish something, and or it frees up the company's hands to do something that they've been wanting to do. That's a lot of, and I don't know what it is. I don't know what I do know. And again, it's been a little while, so I could have pieces of this wrong because it could have, updated or whatnot. But I believe, he's come out many, many times, and so has, obviously, he's been the voice for MicroStrategy, but he's come out many, many times and have and told people like the Bitcoin price would literally need to come down to like $4,000 before any kind of real worry has to set in for them, and I can only assume that that's the truth. Like I remember when that was like the big topic and stuff like that. I remember poking into things, doing a little bit of research, and it seems legit. It seems like obviously they have many different avenues to travel and take as a company to back their position, to reinforce their positions, to ensure that they do not have to risk, whatever downside of their position may come up. Let me read a couple of this though, and before I keep going. Just take it as a tool to help. Yeah, Brown. Just stop it, Brown. Just take it as a tool to help me. Timmy says everyone should watch Gold 2016 and The Big Short. Oh yeah, The Big Short is a great watch. Good illustration of how the system really works. Michael does not call all the shots, and there are ways he would have to liquidate his. Yeah, there's again. Just because you sit on like the seat that you sit on, he has a lot of sway, but he's not the ultimate decision maker. Like there's a lot of nobody knows, so I don't want to say for sure, but I can only speculate that it's a strategic move for the company, and probably a good strategic move if I would have to speculate. Liquidate his position outside of an actual margin call. Yeah. Brandy, let me see here. Vitalik called him a clown. Vitalik, whatever. But you got to understand that as a developer, there's different mindsets in games. Like Vitalik is not an investor. Vitalik is a developer in all sense of the word. Even when he looks at his baby, as a parent to his baby and the technology, he obviously he's made money and stuff like that, but he doesn't look at it at the same mindset as other people would, like Michael Saylor and other investors, right? Of those means. It's like the analogy, okay, and it's not entirely right. It's just a loose analogy, right? But it's like when you have kids. I don't know if you guys have kids, but if you guys have kids, you guys could understand this a lot more. When you have kids and they start getting into sports, whatever it is, and you see that they have some kind of talent. They might not be the best, but they have some kind of talent. They're capable. And you're trying to reinforce that, and you're trying to tell them no, do this, practice, you have a lot of talent, you can become things and blah, 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 blah. You generally believe in your kids, right? To grow into something more. Same thing is like a developer with whatever they develop. If they're really bullish on it and it really has a lot of value locked, obviously ETH has a humongous ecosystem, a lot of TVL. There's a lot of reasons to think if anybody that opposes that they're clowns. That it would be like the coach saying, well, yeah, I know you believe that your kid should be a first stringer, but he's really backup. He's really a second stringer, but the coach knows better. The coach that has won championships or whatever it is, maybe played at an elite level or a pro level, knows better, knows a little bit more than the parent that developed, that birthed that child that does have potential, but is ultimately biased. It's kind of the same thing. It's a loose analogy, but it's kind of the same thing when I see those arguments happening between especially developers that have a reason to say things, and then people that are bringing outside liquidity and investing entirely outside of developing, right? It's two way fucking different. Like, and people got to understand that shit and don't get caught up into that argument. Like, really, when I see those things happening, I don't pay it very much mind. I don't give a fuck what. Oh, I'm sorry, I'm swearing. Oh, YouTube. Oh, give me
How's
one or
it
two
going?
days. Give me 1 or 2 days with unleashing me, and now I'm still swearing. Bring it back in. I apologize, YouTube. Don't demonetize me. Usually, what's up, Chris? When I see those kind of things happening, I just step back from it. Like, it really, don't get caught up in that stuff. Don't get caught up into that stuff because of course, Vitalik's going to call him a clown. You know, and of course, Michael Saylor is going to be a maxi in whatever he's investing into. It's the same thing. That's like adopting a child, right? In Michael Saylor's stance, it's like adopting a child, spending a lot of money and effort and emotions into nurturing that child as your own and becoming a maxi on your own child. It's the same thing. You're going to go, oh, like my child's great. Well, the coach might think differently. Like, you know, it's the same stuff. So I don't really get caught up in that kind of stuff. You know, I take they might have valid points, but I don't like, you know, really get caught up into it. It's not about the margin call. Timmy says, that's my point. They might have collateral, but I can't read, but that isn't the only thing that matters. Yeah, I agree. Yes, it's not the only thing that matters. They are in big trouble if they get even to 12. Oh, it's 12K? I thought it was like, I could have sworn, again, like I said, it was a while ago. I thought he was like under 10K that he said or something like that. I haven't looked into it a lot, but if it's 12K, that's still like, he's still totally fine. But then again, that's just my take, and people could disagree with that, and it's fine. Like, you know, that's just the way I look at it. I think Timmy also says, I think Saylor has to get liquidated at some point to move forward. Anyone, or is that what in response back to IBC Mafia? Anyone dive into the Gelato Osmo pool? We can get into that later. What's up, Peas? What's up, Rusty? Rogo price. Okay, we're moving on to the gelato thing. Yeah, but I'm not to just go back and maybe because we were talking about, I'm not all too worried about what he did, stepping down or moving positions or whatever it is. Like, it's whatever.
Yeah,
Later,
I just got
Blau.
back from the DMV. It was trash.
You got your license?
No, I apparently can't do anything. I can't even get an ID until I get a social security number, and I have to pay more money and get more immigration done first. So
Oh, that sucks. But you
I've already
definitely got to
paid,
get that.
I've already paid like $8,000.
I'm surprised that wasn't included in the fees to. When you
Well, I
moved.
got an ITIN number, right? Because I've gotten that far in immigration, but I thought you could do everything with that, but I guess not. So
Yeah, I'm sorry to hear that, buddy. It'll happen, man. Like,
just frustrating. Like, I have a truck sitting in there and I want to drive it,
yeah,
and I can't legally drive that. So
yeah, I hear you. It's frustrating. I get it. Before
I'll
Blau
just get
leaves,
pulled over,
it's
and my
just-
husband will just end up driving every time.
yeah, just be like, I forgot my license. I'm sorry.
Oh no, the cops will understand. They'll be like, "Oh yeah, you're from Canada. Sorry, the immigration screwed up here."
Probably so. Before Blau leaves, I think Blau did leave, but I just wanted to point out Blau actually, since we're talking about Bitcoin, Michael Saylor, he put
What
this out
happened to
there.
him? I missed that
He
news.
stepped down apparently from CEO to what was it again? COO, whatever, to another position. I'm not all too worried. I know a lot of people are like, oh, it's because something ultimately is bad happening and yada yada yada. Like,
I
being
don't know. Elon Musk did that with Tesla. I
yeah,
mean,
being on boards before, like I've seen that happen so many times before, that like I'm just like, it could be a strategic move for the company, like it, whatever. Anyway, Blau actually put this out there, which was a really good food for thought. Bitcoin's still in a downtrend. Perfect time to continue with the DCA strategy. Talking about these DCA strategies earlier. DCA strategies, especially on longer, higher time frames, not a daily, but like, you know, weekly, monthly kind of thing. Like we were saying, I forget who brought that up, Bren. Still, ultimately, really good strategy. Like you cannot beat. You just can't. You just can't go out to a monthly, look at Bitcoin, zoom out, and like take away all the noise here. Like, look at that. That's a monthly chart. If you would have DCA'd just, just a monthly, you are up right now over 12 years versus 2 years of downwards DCAing. Like you're still up. You're still up. So great point by Blau. Just a humble reminder. He always makes really good posts. Subtle, really simple post for people usually to follow along with. Like, look at that. It's still in a downtrend. Again, this is the weekly time frame. He's using the Binance chart. Again, we're kind of right in the middle of that trend line, right? Of this trend right now. And it's just a good reminder. Still good positions. I really do think the lower 20,000s, good place. Not telling you guys financial, but good place to maybe start DCAing over a long period of time for Bitcoin. 20,000 is just a good place on the charts. Like look at that, like monthly time frame, right? Like you're just looking at, again, I'll take this off later. You're just looking at previous highs, previous resistance levels. Like I've said it many times, I like to see things get back tested. All we're doing is back testing another level, longer time frame. So looking all good. If anybody has any other questions about Bitcoin, let me know. We're going to move on into our favorite ecosystem, or our favorite child in our ecosystem right now. That is the Atom token. I am biased. Speaking of children, throughout this stream, I'm biased. Everybody has their favorites. I like Atom. I like some other ones too, but I just got to be honest. I've always loved Atom. It's my first child in the ecosystem, so you sometimes preference your first child a little bit more. Anyway,
I treat my first child like crap. I need to fix that.
Get away from me, child. Get away. So yeah, we're going to look at Atom right now. We're on the daily time frame, right? Again, admittingly, I do need to fix some of this charting. This charting has been up here for quite some time. It's the same charts that I've been sharing with you guys for a long, long time. They're still in place. So that's the reason why I leave it up there. But we do have a new trend intact right now. The simple one to watch, obviously, is it's weird to call this any kind of a triangle pattern, but it is kind of leading into one. I do want to just reference to you guys. As you guys can see here, we are having an uptrend with this. And I like to spread my lines using wicks, because again, I gotta make this a shirt. I gotta make it a shirt. All wicks matter.
I like using a card.
Yeah. Well, I'm admittingly, I don't care how you guys feel about it. It's funny. Like, can we just go back to laughing at things? It's super funny. I'm not trying to make fun of that movement before. I don't even want to get into it, but I guess I am, because I think it's just crypto. This is investing. All wicks matter, especially when you're leverage trading, right? Wicks matter. So I like to use the wicks for my lines here, and I'm just projecting this out a little bit more. Granted, I'm using these for reference here. 1, 2, 3 touches on my wicks. As you guys can see with price action, if I zoom in right now, we are just, again, in this somewhat of a wedge pattern. I don't even know what you want to call it as a wedge pattern. But I don't know, like symmetrical, I guess, like whatever. But like we're back into this wedge pattern. We're squeezing out to the end of this wedge pattern. So, hey, everything's all good, guys. We still have, on the higher time frames, we still have good support underneath us, which is, the golden pocket. That is the 6.5 and the 6.18 right here. I will say, before we even get into the golden pocket talks, like I would like us to stay obviously above that trend line. Like so far, the trend is our friend until it's not. If we break down below right around $9.42, we are going to be like really testing these previous higher lows. And if we start negating those previous higher lows and price action patterns that we're setting in the past, we're going to be just basically nullifying all of that. And then we got to look below again at the previous levels that we were taking into account on the charts to set ourselves up for some good positions over the long term. So again, guys, what I'm basically saying is if we don't hold up about $9.40-ish on this trend line here, we need to look out for the ultimate level, which is $8.60-ish. If we wick down below that and just negate this, then we break the trend of setting higher lows here, and we will be falling back in more likely than not this golden pocket, which is still a good place to kind of eyeball and maybe start DCAing on a daily time frame. Again, that is between the 6.5 and the 6.18, which is roughly about $7.26 to about $8. You can see here I have basically an average right in the middle here of $7.64, and that would be, in my humble opinion, what I probably would be eyeballing as far as starting the DCA strategy all over again. My 4x4 strategy, DCAing by fours, and also each one of those fourths being split up into fourths. So the 4x4 strategy that I always tell you guys, if you guys want to know more about it, just come ask, or ask in the chat. I'll briefly go over it. But for the sake of this video, I've been rambling enough. A lot of people have already been watching the stream. They know what the 4x4 strategy entails. But if we kind of go below here, guys, we'll look out for that golden pocket. And then again, if that doesn't hold up, which I think it will, if everything else doesn't, I think, that will, because again, we're getting shared security. We have a whole bunch of other stuff happening. And, Atom, just in general, fundamentally I'm just bullish for the things coming, development wise and tech wise, in our ecosystem. So again, really good place to start DCAing underneath $10. But these are the zones that I'm looking for. If price action just, if something crazy happens again, I do have positions and capital ready all the way down. Again, $6.15, about anywhere between this 0.786 and about this dotted line, which is $4.10 to about $4.60. And then realistically, guys, I have even further. I have zones all the way down to $8. 80 cents to $1. I will buy so much Atom here if it ever gives me that opportunity, because it's not going to be something that I find, hard. Like, this would be an opportunity. It's all about perspective. If you give me that opportunity, I would find it a blessing, and I would take advantage of that blessing entirely. Like, I know what I'm doing with my investments. I have my conviction. I have my homework. I could be wrong, but I know what I'm doing per my own homework and my research. So if you give me this, I will take it, and I will laugh at anybody that does not in about 5 to 10 years on a beach. I'll be doing these streams like some of those other guys do on a beach, like not caring. Not that I care right now. And I actually, be honest with you, like none of this stuff, like I said in a tweet today, like I was like, somebody put out there like, how much is enough of X crypto? And I was like, bro, stop. People need to stop asking that. First off, it's a loaded question. Like, you know what it is? Like, honestly, to be honest with you guys,
relative to you.
Yeah, it's all up to you and your financial situation and your risk management.
Your exposure,
if you, here's the general thing, right? If you ever get emotional in the charts, you're overexposed.
Emotional damage.
Yeah, emotional damage. I gotta have that on the stream deck. But like, seriously, I'm being very serious. If you ever get actually emotional, there's something where you be disappointed and all that stuff. Being very honest, quick way to judge your portfolio, if you wake up and you see wham, and you go, oh, like, and it's damaging you emotionally, you are overexposed. If you can't handle it because of that reason, you're overexposed. If you get FOMO, you're underexposed. Like, it's easy, but practice proper risk management and don't overextend yourself with things that you cannot sit. If you invest with money that makes you emotional, you're doing it wrong. Simple as that. I could have $100. You could have $100. I could have a couple $100,000. I don't get emotional. You don't get emotional. It's all the same. It's all individual. So I just kind of want to point that out to you guys. But yeah, that's what I got for Atom. Let's move on into Secret. Atom's actually up 4.21% right now. So looking good.
420.
Yeah, 420. Secret up 1.09%, still holding up on that $4 critical level for the Secret network, guys. I've been sharing the same charts. Again, this is kind of wonky in a lot of lines here, guys, but we're still just going through it. We're sitting right now, which this is critical, to be honest with you, on the daily time frame. We're sitting on an average of our first level of support here. If this breaks down, we do have further places of support, which are a lot more convincing to me. But short term, if we wanted to take averages right here, we're sitting on a really key level. If we break down further for Secret, guys, we could hold up. We could hold up here, which is just underneath at $1.04, which has been holding up so far quite well. But if that doesn't hold up, look for the top of the golden pocket. And again, this realistic, more long-term support line using the bottom of these wicks. We have 3 touches here, so it does mean a lot. When you have 3 touches, when you have 2 touches, I project out. I did this a long time ago, projected out when we got that second touch here. And look how it held up quite beautifully on that 3rd touch. So it just reinforced that projected support line there. We could come down, get into the golden pocket, meet up with our support line and hold up really good around 94 to 95 cents for Secret. If we dip down further, again, look at the 0.5, the lower section of the look for the 0.65 of the lower section of the golden pocket. And then again, I'm always prepared, guys. I'm super always, but just because I'm looking at this stuff short term, I want to show you guys, I have limit orders, or I don't have limit. I have capital ready for Secret. I have capital ready to buy Secret at 62 and even 55 cents if everything goes wrong. And then I even have more at 6 cents to 10 cents. I have it there. I'm not joking. It's ready. And all of those positions will reinforce my positions prior with equal, preferably more each time I buy. That's how I DCA, the 4x4 strategy. You guys want to know more? Let me know. Juno looking really good, up 4.12%. I hate using this chart, but it is TradingView, so I have the ability to write and save my charting on here. If Osmosis or any other place would please provide us with better charting, entire charting with past data, I'd love you long time. Love you long time. I put this tweet out there not too long ago as well on Twitter that I would like to see this get back tested. Boom, this section on the chart. Let me zoom in for you guys. Again, I don't know it all, but damn, man, sometimes it's just too easy. Look how we came down here, wicked and back tested that. You don't have to touch things exactly for it to be a confirmation of back testing. You don't. Or testing going forward. You don't. You could come down there and look at it with the vast majority of price action for that day or 2 days and still consider that a valid backtest. We did that right here with the past 2 days of price action. Boom, backtested. And now we're carrying back on. Retesting maybe $4.40 to $4.50. The more times you test support and or resistance, the more likely you have a chance of breaking through support and or resistance. It's all about fundamentals, baby. This game don't change. It's the same game. It's the same game. The slow, steady road, the zoomed out road, the more manageable, sustainable journey is the one that I'm on. So that's where I got those thoughts from. If we break through this, guys, over time, when it does, again, I'm not giving you guys a time frame of when it does happen, but if we break through this zone right here, if it holds up on the higher end, like we've been sitting for the past couple of days, we could find ourselves breaking up past $4.50, making that move really quickly up to $5. Because look, in the past, there really wasn't anything stopping us. This was real fear sliding us down, true emotional damage sliding us down. There's really no good reason why we can't FOMO back up and get really excited and pop back up to $5 because there's really nothing here to stop us. We could bring up the VPVR wall and show you guys that, but there's really nothing there. We didn't spend much time here holding up there. So we could pop up again, make this, which I'm stretching out right now. I'm going to be very honest. This is a cup. This is a cup. Oops, I went too far. This is a cup right there. And this looks like a small dinky handle. In any case, even if I am reaching, it's still bullish price action. I'm still seeing really bullish things. And you guys know how I feel about the Juno network. I'm biased a little bit. I'm going to be honest about it. I think big things are going to happen for Juno. Yeah, we're going through our growing pains, but it's not all bad. If you guys haven't been in crypto, haven't seen some of the other bullish, big blue chips that are out there that everybody says are like phenomenal, I promise you, in their first year of development, they had all these problems and growing pains as well. Similar things. Juno network is exploding right now. Exploding. It's on the verge of exploding in your face. And you guys are going to love it. You're going to love it. You're going to love it. That's just my 2 cents. Again, I'll lay in the dirt if I'm wrong. That's what I see though. Again, if I'm wrong though, I'm ready for it. Already took profits. Like I said, you guys already know, I told you guys free and clear, made about 10 G's last week, the week before last week, whatever it was, free and clear. I'll just use house money to do these levels all over again. You want to bring it back down? Let's do it, baby. Cause I've been taking profits. Let's do it. I'll be looking at 339, basically 340. I'll be looking down here at 274. And then the ultimate zones, these really good zones right here of where we dip down, the furthest we dip down, just at $2 to $2.25. You guys give me the ultimate degen underneath $2. Told you, just like I said with Adam, I'm going to be buying a whole bunch because I see an opportunity here. I see opportunities here. I don't see damage. I see a place that I wanted to buy more. I see a place that I wanted to accumulate more. So again, give it to me. Be fearful. Run around with your heads cut off. Be lambs. I'll eat it up all day long. And then we'll talk about things later in about a year or two. Osmo, I should switch on over to the Osmosis chart. Osmo still sitting critically at that level right now, basically stable coin, right? But doing well. $1.03, $1.04 right now on the charts. Bullish on Osmosis, not as bullish as I am with Juno, but still bullish on Osmosis just because the Osmosis platform and everything that's happening there. Again, I told you guys before, we're sitting on the higher end. If we could stay in a bullish form and trend on the higher end above previous resistance levels in the past, that's a bullish thing for the Osmo token. Right now, we're doing that. We could ping pong. We could thread through this on a daily time frame or just kind of ping pong here. As long as we stay above these two lines right here, boom, boom, right? We're doing A-okay. The market's ebb and flow. We're doing fine. If we don't, look for these levels down here on the charts, guys. We could come back down here. If these levels right here, if this is what I'm talking about, the zone between 90 to about 95 cents, if that doesn't hold up, guys, we could slippery slide fall to our ultimate support zones in between these two zones right here, because it's all about averaging, right? Between 75 to about 80 cents. That's our big support zone right here over a long period. If that doesn't hold up, look for these yellow zones. Look for these yellow zones. I'm talking 65 cents, 68 cents, 71 to 73. I know it doesn't seem like much, but look for those zones, guys. That's basically averages of wicks. That was when the market was dying. Real FUD and real fear was out there. People were losing their shirts, their skin, their bones, everything in the terror collapse. So, again, big zones right here. That's what I got, though, on the charts. We could talk about some other things in osmosis, but guys, did I miss anything?
Nope.
I think today was a really good stream. Like fundamentally and technically, we didn't get off course with what we're talking about. I may have ranted a little bit about stuff, but like I feel like today was a pretty good stream. Let me. Timmy says, Tank, what's your favorite, most consistent chart pattern? For me, it's 3 dives. Yeah, like the 3. There's so many different. We talked about that. Like a month ago or something like that. Like the 3 crows. Like there's people have different like that. I like that. I like that pattern as well. It's strong. It's really, really strong. 3 black hats, 3 crows, 3 dives, like whatever. Like that's a strong pattern. I don't know. That's a good question. I have to think about that. I don't know what my favorite pattern is. I don't know. I have to think about it. That's a really good question. Like as far as like which one works out best for me, I'll have to go and look. I'll actually have to go and kind of think about that and go look. I don't know. I try not to be biased with, like, you know, the problem with that though is because like for the long-term traders and stuff like that or investors, like one, like patterns don't like when this is like I swing trade, right? Like monthly, maybe bi-monthly, sometimes even like half a year swing trade, like real swing trading. So like when I'm looking at patterns, I don't really get caught up in that stuff because it's dangerous, right? Like when you start having biased patterns that you focus on more than others, you convince yourself that those patterns mean something more than what they possibly do. And so like, I try not to get caught up into like what patterns I like the best or even give that thought. Like I sometimes I just see them, like I just see them as they're happening. And like I said, like I'll start my patterns when I get 2 touches and just project out. And then if it happens, it happens. And if not, like it's what it is. More often than not, I'm just looking at like long-term support and or resistances and price action, you know, like fibs and stuff like that, like long-term fibs. But like patterns create bias and bias create risk. And so I try not to get caught up into like those are my favorites. Those are the ones I carry more weight with. Like if it's a triple crow or, you know, I don't even know what I'm buying now, son, but obviously you're getting, it's okay. Here you go. Have at it. See you later. Dab. But, I should be careful. I don't even know what they're buying on my phone. My wife's going to be like, what the hell was this? But yeah, so like, I do probably do have a favorite though. So I will probably, like, that's a good question. I will look at it, but like, I don't really think about that. I don't really think about that all too much. But yeah, that's a really good stream. Really good question. Let me do this. Gosh, and I'm so, my fault, IBC friends, my bad. You guys know we had them on the stream, right? We're talking about what they were doing. Really liked what they were talking about. I have some giveaways right now, guys. I did this tweet. I was supposed to do it on Monday, but I was traveling. Stuff happened with the Dow, with Benecki and all this other stuff. I'm sorry. It's my bad. Look, I love when people complain when I'm giving stuff away for free. Like, look, I'm not one of those guys. Like, I give stuff away. I just forgot. This is like the one time I forgot to give something away. So like, please don't put me on that list where it's like, he lied. He's not giving me free stuff. Like there's an actual, did you guys know that there's actually like a Twitter account that like calls people out like, he's lying. He doesn't give stuff for free. Anyway, I did this tweet right here. Where we're going to be giving it away. I have 4 of these IBC friend NFTs to give away to people. Let me pull this right now. And I honestly, I don't want to play this game where it's like bots, whatever it lands on. I'm gonna chart it down, and that's what it is. And like, I'm just gonna send it, like, whatever, even if it is a bot or whatever. Like, or the bots are gonna have to confirm with me. But if it doesn't work, well, I have more. I have like several more IBC second gens to give away too. So like, we're gonna be doing this. But I just want to apologize. I want to do this because I keep forgetting. And then also we have a Gillette giveaway that's happening tomorrow as well. Why is there a Cole's baby tea on my stuff for advertisement? What was my wife looking at? She better not be having baby fever. I ain't having another baby, guys. I'll go get fixed. I ain't having another baby. All right, we're gonna do the draw right now. Bada bing, bada boom. First one, boom. I'll check it out later. Why can't I set for 4 of them? Wait, I'm gonna do a redraw, and it's not gonna erase, right? So congratulations to you. You're the winner. Moby Jax, I know you're real. Congratulations to you. You're a winner.
Didn't you actually know that line? I got confused.
You moved. You moved. A popcorn all over the place. What did you say? Monjair Jr. I can't say it. I'm sorry. You're the winner. Congratulations. And IBC Andy, you're the winner. Congratulations. I'm just gonna screenshot this or leave this up, and I'm just putting it in my placeholder in my Discord so that I don't forget. Like I said, guys, boomer over here. I got to put it in my placeholder. I forget
everything every 30 minutes.
I do.
Nothing to do with it.
I will message you guys at some point during the day or over the next 24 hours and try to get in contact with you guys. Don't contact me. I'll contact you. If you guys do, just basically forfeit it because I know you scammers. You guys try your best. If I don't contact you first, like I just can't trust you. It's like climbing the rope in gym class. I don't trust you. But I'm going to leave that up too so I don't forget that. I do want to point out, again, we do have a Gillette. We have whitelist spots to give away. There's a lot of people that knew the secret password to qualify. A lot of people have already, as you can see, 68 likes. I think it's more. Hold on. I think a lot of people. Yeah, Whoa, how did it go down? 67 likes and 66 retweets. Somebody was like, no, I don't want this. And they just took it away. But a lot of people have already responded to this. I'm going to be doing this drawing tomorrow. Thank you, Homestead. Thank you, Gillette. Guys, if you guys don't know, Gillette is a gambling platform of sorts, but they're more than just a gambling platform coming onto the Juno network or working or deploying on the Juno network. Super interesting, super bullish, guys. Super bullish on that. But they gave us whitelist spots and also 200 GLTO per whitelist winner. So again, guys, you guys are going to get an extra 1,000 in total, but 200 a piece if you guys are the whitelist spots for that giveaway. So just a little way for them to support our community and give back. So I again, thank you. Always, like, if I can give back to the IBC community for coming onto the channel, like, I'll support it, guys, regardless of how people feel. Like, it's, it's up to you guys to decide what you guys want to do. If you're gamblers or not, it's up to you guys. Like, I'm just, what are you even playing the games that you come over here and ask for? Come do your silly dance in front of the camera so people can see how silly you are. Come here. Do it right here. They can't see you. Come here. Do it again.
Okay.
What in the world is that dance? Oh, it's a Fortnite dance, isn't it? Sorry, guys. I'm doxing my children. I don't care. I'm a real person.
It's doxing to let you know what games your kids play.
Yeah. So we got that going on. I'll pull that tomorrow. I do wanted to just kind of show you guys, and I promise, I said I didn't want to actually do this. I spoke to Brett. I spoke to a couple of key people that are helping me build Maneki and stuff like that. But this is going to tie into this. There's been widespread attacks happening currently with bridges and other platforms. Yeah, things are breaking. And
changing fields.
The reason why I want to bring this up, One, because you guys need to be informed about what's happening out there, right? Fundamentally. But two, as you guys know, we have over almost $44,000. I think it was like just shy of $43,000. It was above 43,000, just shy of $44,000. I'll go ahead and I'll put the official statement in the Discord that we collectively were able to reserve for the Maneki DAO. As you guys know, I didn't take any profits of it at all. The few people that needed to get paid got paid, but I gave it right back. And it's kind of like a social experiment and financial experiment, I guess, if you guys want to say that, amongst many other things. But I gave it right back to the people that invested and bought Manekis to use as an investment DAO. It was a way for people to pool their purchasing power and collectively make a small amount into a larger amount. And it was also a way to set standards, to set expectations as far as what or how DAOs are funded and or how NFTs are incorporated into DAOs, and also how NFT artists and projects go about doing things maybe going forward. Again, there's many, I'm not calling anybody out, but I basically wanted to set the stage and set the standard to put the community first, right? To not put what you're building first. I know, I get it. It's hard to understand that, but to put the people first and let them build. I think I'm really interested to see how this pans out, but I think there's a lot of power when you put it back into the people's hands. Granted, there's a lot of struggles with it, but like, again, so we did that. There's about little over $43,000 with everything that's been happening with that link that I just sent you guys. I do want to, we are setting in a stable or a bridged asset right now with USDC and Osmosis. I would say, like, maybe there's been a lot of talks. Join our Discord amongst what we're doing right now. Maybe I suggest maybe we do something to get it off of a bridged asset. And maybe that means for the short term, while things are being built, we take certain actions. But that's, again, I don't want to influence anything. I'm trying to sit on the stage, and I will admit some of the proposals about me. But like, I'm sitting on the sidelines, and like, again, I'm just a member of it. So I do have my suggestions, and I do think certain things would be more beneficial than not in the short term. Regardless of how it plays out, I will tell you guys, just like I've always been committed, the people are first and foremost always in the front of my mind in what I do. Hopefully you guys don't think I'm a bad actor. I mean, you guys wouldn't be in this position if, I'm just going to say it, if I didn't give it to you guys anyway. So, like, I don't know, like, people, I don't know. It's weird to me. It's a really weird thing, but I'm just going to be quiet for the rest of the time because I've already said my piece in the Discord, and I just give you guys like my 2 cents. I don't want to spend too much time. I actually don't want to talk about Maneki all too much on the IBC streams anymore because it's two different things. It's now two different. I'm just a member of the Maneki thing. So again, we are going to move like a lot of the proposals and conversation onto Commonwealth. There is a Commonwealth now that I made for the Maneki project. There is a Discord that we are in the works of making right now that we can move. Again, I obviously don't want to lose activity on IBC's Discord, but they're two different things. And I don't want to exclude anybody that didn't get into Maneki just for coming and watching the IBC channel. So again, that's kind of where I'm at with everything right now. But yeah, so I just kind of want to bring that up. I think I'm making that subtle suggestion right now, and maybe that would be more beneficial for us to do that and get off of a bridge asset, somewhat at least. Again, we already talked about Michael Saylor. Yeah, that's what I got today, guys. That's what I got. Anything I missed before we cut it off? No? Yes? Good stream?
I don't want to talk.
Guys, really good stream today. Please do me a favor before you guys leave. If you guys haven't done this already, like the video, subscribe to the channel. It really means a lot to me, guys. I showed you guys yesterday that I don't make dilly squat off what I do. And it's the long game, right? Eventually, hopefully that does turn around and somehow this does somewhat be a little bit beneficial to be streaming and putting in this much effort into it. But like, it really does help. We're trying to do this organically. We're trying to do this with the community, grassroots, from the bottom, with everybody. So it really would help out if you guys do take a minute, like the video, subscribe to the channel, tell your mama, tell your auntie, tell your brother, tell your sister, come join us in Discord, follow us on Twitter. With that being said, guys, love you guys to death. I'll see you guys in the Discord, see you guys in the spaces. Peace.
Peace.